Yes.
My number one suggestion, dear SBA, since y'all can't seem to get a whole bunch of senior people into a room.
If you had a wish list and you had SBA's attention and Isabel Guzman's attention, what would you like to say to them? Welcome to Advancing with Financing. I'm Linda Ray.
I'm Trevor. Sounds complicated. It's not. It's easy stuff.
That's why we break these down into small little videos.
And we want to make it easy for you. The SBA process is complicated enough. Watch the videos. Good suggestion that is constructive. They should let us know where our application stands right now. One of our clients asked us exactly the same thing a week ago. We had submitted his reconsideration request back in May, and there's been no response yet from the SBA. He suggested that we hire an administrative assistant simply to update our clients every week. The problem that we have with that, number one, because the SBA caps how much money we're allowed to charge. Believe me, we'd love to hire more staff and do more business. It's just not economically feasible because we can only make so much money. We're not allowed to charge commissions or junk fees or bill by the hour or anything. Even if we had the money, there's no way we would hire an administrative assistant just to tell people what the SBA is not telling us. So why can't the SBA just have an automated system?
I don't even know how many countless times we have received comments on the YouTube where they ask, well, how long does it take when this happens? How long does it take after that happens? You're a mortgage guy that you did mortgage loans. I used to underwrite insurance applications. It was very difficult to have a definitive time.
Generally in the financial services industry, that's a really difficult question.
It is
to
difficult,
answer.
but
I see that Iranian Navarro has the same question. How long does the transcript process usually last?
I think people would be a little bit more understanding of the vague answer if everything else went smoothly.
Bingo.
If most of other issues were handled on a timely basis.
This sounds like a Dear SBA suggestion, Linda Ray.
According to the data we have, it could be anywhere from 6 weeks, because that's happened, to over 6 months, because that's happened. So start with your number one. What's your number one?
I don't have a number one.
Okay,
let's talk about number one for tonight.
I have a banner for it.
Isn't this whole issue with tax transcripts a big problem? Isabella Guzman, how about this? Send out an email to all EIDL applications currently in process, whether it's an increase or a reconsideration request or a new application, and ask a simple question. Question 1, please provide the date on which you filed your 2019 tax return. In the same email, have you filed an amended 2019 tax return? If yes, question 3, what was the date that you filed the amended 2019 tax return? Question 4, why did you file an amended tax return? And then what SBA does, magically, it's like Lucky Charms, it's magically delicious. Then what SBA does is they get all these emails back from people, and then they discover that all the folks who filed their amended tax returns or their original 2019 tax return only in the recent months, guess what you do with those files? You take them and you put them at the bottom of the queue.
Ooh,
because they cannot.
Who's freaking out right now?
Well, they can freak out, but I mean, isn't it better to go to the back of the class than to get a decline letter?
Yeah.
Because the IRS can't provide a transcript, and also the SBA is wasting time working on the file only to discover the transcript is not available because the tax return was filed recently. And that will screen out a huge number of files that will otherwise be declined because the SBA cannot obtain a tax transcript because the tax return was filed too recently. The IRS simply hasn't caught up to it yet. And it will also free up the SBA processing staff from working on files that will otherwise be declined the minute they discover there's no tax transcript. Doesn't this eliminate the whole problem with y'all arguing about that 4506T is going to go away, which, by the way, it's not going to go away. Do we have any proof that it's gone away? No, there's no proof. You know why? It's not going away. All loan officers use the same requirements across the board.
That's just, isn't that basic? That should be not even. I'm just discouraged that this isn't happening already by now.